Welcome to Trips Awakening. You subscribe to the truth, one within the universe, and universe is inside me. Greetings, Earthlings and my loved ones. It would be an honor if y'all would join me. Now, I'm gonna be talking about subconscious, which that's your dream world, that's your reality. I touched on it before. Now I'm about to really get deep into it. I'm gonna take it to many different levels. All right, I'm gonna prove that we basically exist in other dimensions, which some of y'all call it the dream world. It's more to it than our physical body. Okay, we experiencing certain things on this realm, but you also been lied to and confused about a lot of things. It's like basically we can visit the past and the future, and that's what I've basically been doing lately. And I basically been enjoying it. I've been studying myself. I've been studying the universe. Why, like a lot of stuff, negative stuff going on, I know how to block it. I know how to block it and stuff. And, I share with y'all and tell y'all certain things. I feel like I'm a universal time traveler. Some of y'all say time traveling and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm about to prove it. And like I said, I'm not going to speak on something, not unless I experienced it, or I will speak my mind. Okay? So, certain things that I experience, I would tell y'all. Alright? And this has been basically happening lately when I go visit other dimensions, which y'all call it the dream world. So I'm just going to say dream world, but I know it's dimensions. Basically, I had a dream while visiting the dimension. And I was like, basically, I was, taking a piss, all right, in a public restroom. I don't know how I ended up there, but I ended up there, and it was a phone on the floor. I just happened to turn around. I'm like, okay, you know how dream stuff just pop out of nowhere, okay, and then strange things, the ceilings moving around, falling, and all that stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying? But anyway, there was a phone on the ground, and basically I could hear somebody FaceTime me. And you know how they had that little square box? You know what I'm saying? And basically I was like in a square box. I could actually see my physical body in that square box. But I wasn't talking to nobody, and that goes back, not to change the subject. I was like, a certain part of us is in circles and triangles and squares. So I guess I was basically in the square box. You know what I'm saying? So with the technology, what I'm saying? That's when I was basically talking about different things. You know what I'm saying? Like how they try to train y'all like through school and stuff, how to cast spells and how to draw triangles and circles and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like so they can latch on to certain different dimensions. All right. And I didn't like the fact that I was in a square box. Basically, I got what the square box mean, and I will talk about that in a minute. But anyway, I was in the square box, and some dude just came out of nowhere. Some old man just came out of nowhere. He was like, "Oh, somebody dropped their phone." So I was like, "Yeah," and I'm about to go send it to, I guess, the owner of this restaurant or whatever. He was like, "No, I got it," and I was like, it was weird because in my mind I felt like he was gonna steal it or something like that. So I said, "No, I just want to make sure it's safe and stuff." So I'm gonna carry it up there. He was like, "No, give me the phone." And this old man in my dreams was like bold. So he basically tried to snatch it, and I pushed him away. And he just basically called me a name, and I kind of like laughed it off or whatever. And I was gonna give it to the owner of the store. And so, like I basically woke up, what I'm saying? But before I entered to this room, I've left out the part where I was telling y'all I can actually hear the conversation on the phone, like they was FaceTiming. I could hear them talking, but they could see me, what I'm saying? But I could see them. All right. So later on, like 2 hours later, me and Spiritually Free, we went to the store. Now I'm back on this realm, you know, back to this world. All right, we went to the store, and this lady at the store started running. It was an older lady. So I was talking to her. I said, is everything okay? Because she worked at the store. She was like, yeah, such and such forgot their wallet. So I was like, which color shirt did they have on? Maybe I can help you. She was like, no. She was like, I see them, and started running towards them. And then she was like, well, I didn't mean to be rude. I apologize. And I just had to, give her her phone. And so the other woman hugged the person in the store, and said, thank you. So basically, what I experienced was that lady in the store, she was the man. In the other dimension, she was a man. And the cell phone that I saw in my dreams, that was the wallet. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell y'all, we're not the same. You might see certain things in your dreams, and some people probably don't even know who you are, and this is real. And then you get frustrated, like, we used to hang out, and they kind of like look at you crazy. But you see them on this realm, and that goes for relatives or anybody. So we exist, that this proves. And that's the reason why I said it's very important that you find yourself, study yourself, master your dreams. And I'm working on, controlling my dimension. And I'm doing it a lot better because it's basically I can see certain things before it happens, or I just speak on something and it happens or manifests. Like, for example, me and Spiritually Free was talking about something, and I was being silly. So I was like, cool beans. You know what I'm saying? I just came out of nowhere. I said cool beans. And I'm like, I don't even use that word, cool beans. You know what I'm saying? So maybe 4 or 5 hours, me and her was watching some movie. And a truck go by and say cool beans. So, it's like when you get in tune with the universe, it's like now I'm starting to feel certain things and study certain things and master certain things and control certain things. And it's like I'm basically really learning how to control certain situations on this realm. Like basically on a high frequency and on a spiritual level. And y'all can do that. You can do that, I'm telling y'all. You have basically, you have to stop having sex. I know some of y'all are not going to like what I got to say. But, it's okay to merge your energy with somebody that you love. That's fine. And I talked about this before. And like I said, I'm about to really get deep. Okay? But before I get deep into that, y'all remember when I said I was in that square box? Basically, that was letting me know that basically on this realm, Saturn runs stuff. And I was in the square box, and I'm basically standing up. And, and I'm destroying some of them in the spiritual world. And I feel that. So my higher self, where I exist, my future me, is getting in contact with me right now in this realm. That's the reason why things are moving fast. You know how basically it goes from Monday, and then next thing you know, at a blink of the eye, it's Friday. Like traffic and everything is moving fast to me. It's like things are speeding up, and I get that. It's like everything is moving fast, and I see certain things, like I said so many times, that some of y'all can't see. So I put out certain information because I see certain things, so I put it out there to make y'all aware. Okay, just to put that out there. But I want to say you gotta like stop having sex. You know what I'm saying, with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have sex with somebody that y'all on the same frequency. Y'all y'all have to be on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying, in order to merge to make certain things complete. Because and I talked about this already, but I'm really, really about to get deep into this because when you have sex with these different entities, you could be having sex with one of these hybrids with negative energy, or you could be having sex with something that's got a lot of things attached to it. You get what I'm saying? For example, say if you slept, you had sex with somebody, you gave up your nature, and when you give up your nature, you basically give it up to, like, I'm just gonna use numbers. Number one, you gave it up to number one. Then you turn around and gave it up to number two. Then you gave it up to number three. Then you gave it up to number four. Okay. When you give it up to, give it up to them, you taking on their energy, you taking on their spirit. You exchanging fluids. Even when you kiss somebody, you're taking on their energy. You're taking on number one, two, three, and four's energy. So when you're taking on that energy, you know what I'm saying, they got something attached to it and that's negative, and you basically bringing it back to whoever your loved one is, whoever have sex with, your loved ones your loved one that you live with, and you bringing all of that energy back to her, and she changed and turned into something different because the energies one, two, three, and four that you brought back to her, that's basically like them energies could be at war with each other. So that's bringing war to you and your loved ones, and you carrying on different types of energy. You get what I'm saying? So that's the reason why these sick bastards have y'all, you know what I'm saying, promoting porn. Back in the day, like I talked about how your voice is the most powerful thing, your voice is magic. Then, later on, that's when they use phone sex operators to control people's frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all doing it the dirty way. Now, sex is basically supposed to, like, heal. Like, it's supposed to heal, and you're supposed to be able to merge and enter each other's dimension. That's basically what your loved one, your loved one that you're with. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So, and you can go to many different levels to that. There's many levels to that. So when it comes to that, you gotta be careful. And that's the reason why a lot of relationships and the universe is basically off balance. Now the paradigm shifted, and like I said before, a lot of things are about to get exposed. And y'all see that, and I talked about that. Some of y'all can relate, and some of y'all can feel what I'm saying. So, like I said, you got to be very careful when you do whatever you do. You got to study yourself. You got to study yourself. And that's real. And the feminine energy, the most powerful thing, the feminine energy with the natural water juice box, because I'm not going to say the PUSSY, because that's their word. Because what y'all got is natural. That's natural water. And y'all ladies need to be careful. Stop giving up your natural water, your juice box to these beings out here, because it can attach to your energy, because your energy is the most powerful thing. And these sick, twisted creatures out here know that the feminine energy, the melanin feminine energy, is the most powerful thing. So that's the reason why they tricked y'all into doing other things. These negative creatures. That's the reason why I said when y'all dance, you giving off frequency when you stripping and stuff like that. That's giving off certain energies so the creatures can latch on, and then you catch it, and then you get toxins and different diseases in your dimension, and then that confuse other parts of you in different dimensions. So just be careful. All right. So like I said, this was going to be really deep. So when it comes to that, y'all shouldn't fear, because there's no like such thing as death. And I've been studying, like I said, I really been studying and getting a feel of things and stuff. I'm working on where I can move. Like I want to move things in which I can, if I put my mind to it. Like later on, move things with my mind while I'm on this physical realm. But whenever I do master that, I wouldn't tell nobody. And that's real. I wouldn't tell nobody if I can move certain things. And then I want to say this real quick while I'm thinking about it. See, y'all know they invented a lot of this. We know religion. So like the people that's aware, y'all know this religion is bullshit. Okay. And a lot of people worship these different entities which got something attached to it. Like I said, Osiris, Ra, Jesus, Buddha, and all of that stuff, right? And then, some of these Christians, want to look down on other people that worship Osiris. Oh, well, that's a bad thing, and such use candles, and that's evil. And I'm like, what do y'all think y'all religion is all about? All of it is basically society groups and reptilian stuff, and so it's like funny when people talk about that. But I want to say this, these different entities and stuff that y'all worship, some of y'all be like, oh, well, he did this or God did this, which, I said so many times, we all know that God is basically a man-made word. But y'all worship these entities and say, well, I'm having good luck. God did this. Jesus did this. Allah, blah, 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 did this, right? But they didn't really do nothing. That's basically you controlling the situation, but then you turn around, something go wrong because you're worshiping different entities. Yeah, it comes up good because you basically manifest it, but with them titles that got curses attached to it, then that's bringing negative things to your loved ones. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, when somebody got their superhero costume or a rabbit tail or something like that, and they say, oh, that's bringing me luck and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It never was the rabbit tail. It was never the superhero costume. It was basically you the whole time. But you mess yourself up when you invite different types of entities and energies and spirits to, claiming this religion, claiming the stuff that's Saturn, saying y'all claiming and taking on that frequency. That's the reason why I was saying, claim your soul. All of this stuff that, they use, the earthlings and people's frequency and energy, they use their energy to build their pyramids all over the world and their castles and all of that stuff. And it's been going on for generations to generations. And I see certain things in other dimensions, so it's like, when it comes to that, this basically you taking on Saturn's frequency. So don't claim none of this stuff. Just claim your soul. Yes, you use the stuff because you're on this realm, but use it against them. You get what I'm saying? Don't take on that frequency. Don't take on that energy. Study yourself, because we exist, and I prove that we exist on different realms. that's another video. I'll talk about that later because I'm giving away too much. But that's basically what I experienced. And I'm not going to talk about something if I didn't experience. So when it comes to that, y'all think about that. Study yourself. Think about what I just said. Follow yourself. You can succeed and do whatever you want. You can control your destiny. You can control your dimension. Because I'm doing that now. And, and I'm basically destroying them in my dimension. Because I'm basically standing up to them in other different dimensions. And like I said, the future me and other parts of me exist in different dimensions is basically doing the same thing. We're like catching up to certain things. We're changing certain things in the universe. Some say history, but we're changing different things in different dimensions. And y'all can do the same thing. Y'all can bring balance to y'all's dimension. Stop letting your dimension get corrupt, by these creatures. What? Did somebody say something?